record. We've got PC is not muted. Go ahead and say something in Discord.
Check 1, 2.
You're showing up. I'm showing up. We're all showing up. This is great.
Allegedly.
So this is from last week. Same issue that happened in Death Store. My recording had no audio for me. So we are going to Fort Haight West. Some small edits of mapping have been taken out, but probably a lot of it's been left in. I hope that doesn't bother you too much, Morgan. But I did edit quite a bit out, so we should be able to...
Look at those sandpaper butts.
Sandpaper butts? What's that mean?
Yeah, those are Joey Greer sandpaper cape from his butt.
I like the cape, honestly.
It looks like hot trash.
Why?
Where
is
are
it
you
because of
headed,
the
Jibs?
animation? Well, I'm headed to Fort Haight. I mean, this is a great exercise in a lot of different ways.
Fort Haight.
To remember, that was what that...
You're heading to this Siofra
Sophia well?
Yeah.
Yeah. So not only are we going to get a chance to finally watch the video and see if you can give me some notes where I'm not having panic and having to control it, but I can maybe learn something here. Oh yeah, we see this merchant.
Yeah, you discover him for the first time.
Yeah.
There's a kind of a funny exchange when we're coming up to this. Do you remember this?
Well, not the exchange. What was the exchange?
Well, the instructions tell us to go directly south of the archery.
Oh, yeah.
And we're looking around, we're discovering, trying to find it. And I say, try north. And then you lose your goddamn mind.
Oh, well, here's the thing. And I remember the conversation very clearly now. It said south. It said directly south.
Yeah.
And we were checking that way. And then you said north. And I said, well, Morgan, that's a lot like the thing where you said it was a red thing on the ground. And I asked, is it the blue thing floating in the air?
No. And it's not anything like that. Not
It's
even close.
very similar. It's for you to say... We can have this conversation again. I'm glad it's fresh so that we can really get to the bottom of it now.
Well,
for
here's
you
the
to
thing.
say going north when somebody's saying go directly south, that's the same as me asking if a blue floating thing is the icon I'm looking for. It's the opposite of what you're saying.
No, it would be like if I was like, hey, there's a blue outhouse right over here. And you were like, I don't see the blue outhouse. Is it this skyscraper?
No, that's a lot different.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's a lot different. Where a direction,
a
they thought it was south and it
skyscraper
was north.
could be an outhouse. It could
so
just
you're
be an elaborate...
You're just being ornery now.
I'm not being ornery, and I know a lot of people think I'm just sometimes what is the word? Contrarian. But the truth is like you could now. Is it realistic that you would make a skyscraper simply just open the door and it's an outhouse? No, it's not realistic, but it could happen. But never in a million years could going south be going north.
No.
There's no interpretation there. There is no, it's objectively north is not south. A skyscraper could. It's very unlikely be an outhouse.
Then listen to this. Every time I say left and you go right, objectively you can't go right because I've said go left. So there's no objective way for you to go right, even though you do turn right a lot.
Yeah, but here's the thing. That's a mistake on accident. It's not me purposely
Which is what happened
choosing.
in this case. They said south, they meant north.
Well, and that was at the same time I thought maybe you had accidentally said red on the ground and you meant blue
Instead
floating.
of blue floating in the sky. No,
I mean...
You're high as shit right now. I hope you fall off this thing. I don't remember what happens.
I remember distinctly that I do not fall off of this thing. But it does remind me of the DLC from Dark Souls 2 that kind of broke our spirits.
I hope an arrow just claps you out of the sky. It pulls your cape off in the process.
And then the cape and the arrow are stuck on too high a ledge for me to ever reach again.
Mm-hmm.
Well.
Ooh, you have to do a lot of work down here. I remember what happens.
Yeah.
I wonder if we're going to see anything that you missed. That's what's going to be curious because, we're doing it in real time.
Yeah, well, one thing I edited out.
Do you find it easy to follow your camera movements?
No, it's tough actually.
It's fucking horrible, huh?
It's not horrible.
James,
I'd say it's not.
Are you being contrarian, or you think it's good?
I'm not saying it's good. I'm saying it's not well. I'm not.
Why won't you just say it's horrible?
I don't believe it's horrible. Look at that. That's not so bad. Look at this camera work.
Jerking back into the wall, jerking back over there. It's really hard to follow when you're not in control. I mean, when you're doing it, you're in control, so you know.
Yeah.
You know where it's about to go. But for me, it's just jarring over and over again. So hard.
You know what would be interesting is if they had like you know how they have like the VR viewport where you can kind of like put an output of the VR to somebody. There should be something in a game where it puts a separate camera output for like the casual viewer.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, it would be nice if I could just like float behind you instead of like following your camera.
Yeah.
But then I wouldn't see what you see, so that's that.
Well, let's be honest. You'll probably never be able to see what I see. I got a special pair of eyes.
Yeah, very special. Like you didn't see those stabs coming. That's how special they are. Or you thought you were going to hit those guys. That's beautiful. Good job, slow boys.
And that's death 293. I think I did okay. Like, obviously, I wanted to not die and not get stabbed so much, but I thought I learned a lot.
You thought you learned a lot? Like what?
I learned that those guys' stabs are quicker than you'd think. And they're, quote unquote, right to the point. The point of their lance. Or spear, I should say.
Urbas.
You know what's strange is this is like a pretty big hill, but that water doesn't seem to be flowing downward as fast as that hill seems it would.
Oh, yeah. You know what else is weird? There's a starry sky in this underground layer that you're in.
Well, it's probably phosphorus, right?
It's probably mystical. It's probably has something to do with this being a magic fantasy game.
You think?
Yeah. Like how are they powering all those torches, you know, if you want to start talking about the logistics?
How are they powering all the torches?
So the lesson that you learned here is actually that you were too weak to face these guys alone and that you needed your guys to do it for you.
Yeah, and look at how good it's doing.
You still almost die.
Almost. But I don't die. Do I?
You're not drinking for some reason because you're trying to let it build up naturally?
Yeah, well, I have that, I have the, whatchamacallit on. Well, I wanted to get away so that I could sneak up behind.
You did not mean to fall off that.
You're just being contrarian if you don't think I meant to fall off that.
You're even doing a joke voice when you're trying to argue against it.
All right, fine. It was a happy mistake. Not all happy mistakes are happy accidents, but that was one.
How are you gonna earn back Cuddle Buddy's respect, do you think?
I don't know. What would you suggest?
You don't know? I would suggest doing the things that he says.
Stopping being contrarian? He was the one who said that, right?
Yeah. Maybe
what other suggestions did he have?
Some basic truths as they're coming to you instead of arguing against every point I make.
Okay. Do you ever think that you might be at fault of some of the contrarian points?
No, but you're doing it right now.
I'm just asking. I wasn't even disagreeing. I was asking you.
Oh. What do you mean?
And if you say no, then I agree.
Do you think that I may be at fault for you not accepting the tips that I'm giving you? Like
what it sounds like.
Somehow I've stopped you from accepting basic truths? That doesn't sound contrarian to you? Then please explain. I don't understand.
What I'm saying is, do you think you're always right? Is it possible that once in a while you've made a mistake?
I'm wrong. Yeah, I've definitely been wrong, but a lot of the time I'm right. And especially when we're talking about stuff that I've already done all this stuff.
Yeah. What do you think these bad guys are like made of? Are they just like globs of? Are they swamp men? Is what I'm asking.
I don't know. I don't really get. Yeah, they kind of look like water creatures of some sort.
I saw the back of one of them. It looks really bubbly.
I like that you saw that thing blow up like 5 times and then you just went and stood next to him. Like not a care in the world.
Well,
so you're attempting to heal these guys, but then you go too far and then they disappear.
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
And then you blame me for not warning you that they were going to disappear.
Well, did you know they were going to disappear?
No, I had no idea. I don't know what triggers, or maybe they're out too long. I don't know what it is.
Well, I no longer had. I don't know either.
Yeah.
All right. Have you ever been bitten by, or I would say bitten is the wrong word, stung by a stingray?
No.
No? Are you nervous about that?
A jellyfish, right?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I guess it's possible it was a jellyfish. But I imagine a jellyfish...
You stepped on a stingray?
No, I didn't actually step on it. I was falling off my board and I hit something in the water that at the moment kind of felt like something jagged. Like perhaps glass. And because it felt like glass, and that was the way that Aaron described it, I decided I'd get out of the water because it didn't really hurt that much. And as I got out of the water, it did start stinging more. It felt like a bee sting, kind of throbbing.
Oh wow!
On my
toe. Did you put warm water on it?
Not really. It was. I got really lucky. It was just a very small nick. It was bleeding, but not very much. And I basically just put shoes on, came home, and showered. And it doesn't hurt anymore now, honestly. I don't remember when it stopped hurting, but it was still hurting when we did Phantom Mail today.
No, I've never been stung before. I've been in the ocean a lot, but I always, shuffle my feet in.
Yeah, that was the thing. I think it might have been a mixture of two things. The tide was really low. I don't swim that often when the tide is low. It was probably the lowest I've ever seen the tide while I was in the water. Yeah. So I'm thinking that maybe that means
Clayman. They're called Claymans.
What are called Claymans?
What do you think are called Claymans?
Stingrays?
No, in the game,
those
enemies.
Those bubbly backs? The old bubbly backs are called Claymans?
Yeah.
Oh, because that's the weapon they dropped.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Good eye. Yeah. But I am kind of thinking, like, what is there something... Shuffling your feet's what I've always done in the past. I don't know if I've avoided stingray stings in the past, or if I just got lucky.
You have. Yeah, it's mostly about them knowing that you're there. It's only when you step on them when they didn't see you coming.
Yeah, but I wasn't even hitting the ground, because I thought that was pretty much the only way you did it, is when you step on them on the ground. But I wasn't on the ground. I was in, kind of floating in the water, but I kicked something. And it was That's after weird. A wave came.
Tiny shark, maybe.
Or I guess it could have been a jellyfish. It's possible. But would a jellyfish sting make you bleed?
I don't know. Let's look it up.
But yeah, so I'm going to go back out again tomorrow. I'm not going to be too scared. But after I got stung, I just went home because I didn't know if it was going to start hurting more and more, which it did hurt more once I put my shoe on, but it didn't keep hurting more, which is what my expectation was, is it would hurt more and more and more.
These look gnarly.
Jelly sting bites?
Yeah.
Do people bleed? Is it an actual bleedable?
It does say that it could bleed, yeah.
Because it almost feels like it would have been more what I would expect where a jellyfish would be, because it was like in the middle of the water instead of like on the ground, which is where I thought stingrays would be.
Yeah.
So this is me trying to jump and use the fire. And I push all different kinds of buttons here. I can do it on the ground.
Yeah, I think the problem is that you have the one that you can do jumping. You just haven't gone and gotten it yet. That's what I think is happening.
What do you mean? You mean the attack? There's a spell that I can do jumping, or you think?
Yeah, there's a different dragon fire.
There's a different dragon fire. Okay.
Yeah, because I mean, we go as far as to where you let me on the controller and I try it because I think you're crazy. Because I was jumping and burning like the whole game.
Yeah,
but I think I was using the other one.
That makes sense. Is it a different talisman or a different spell?
What do you think?
Well, I don't know because it's. I guess you're saying it's a different spell.
Yeah.
But in my mind, I'd think that you would be able to shoot any spell while you're jumping. Like, it would be the talisman that would control whether or not you could do it in the air. But I guess not.
Taking a lot of hits. A lot of one-handing. So you're forgetting to change back to two-hand.
Yeah, that sucks. I wish I could get me to do that. Don't you wish that too?
Yep, I really do. So I have to just constantly watch you and make sure. And sometimes I forget. There you go. You did it after the fight. Perfect
timing. After the fight
timing.
was over. Great.
Driven by an uncanny want. You gotta go check that.
Check
waterfall
what?
out.
Oh, the waterfall. Yeah, I do check it out. Let's go. Nothing. Oh, wait, there was something there. Soap. And this is where we have the long conversation about how you told me there was soap. I thought you were joking about the soap in the game. But I hear you. It's real. I believe it now.
Oh, I see where you didn't go down here.
So there's still more down there, huh?
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a lot. It's a lot. Yeah.
I like that weapon.
It's really cool looking, huh?
Yeah.
It does a lot of damage.
It has made me kick the habit of using a shield, which is a feat in its own.
Yeah. Do you feel like you can feel now how unnecessary the shield is?
I think it depends. I think it depends on the scenario. I'm not willing to say that it's always unnecessary, but I am willing to say that it can't be the blanket equipment for every scenario.
Cool. Yeah, sometimes you forget to press Y and get them crab eggs off. This is a very exciting time. They can't see our faces, but I'm definitely enjoying this. This might be my favorite part of the video.
Oh, that you're watching our faces? They can't see them, is what you're saying.
No, yeah. That's what
you
just
can't.
said.
Yeah, I'm definitely panicking. Yeah. But you can tell by the rolls.
I was more commenting on how happy I was.
That I was getting my ass handed to me?
Yeah. Uh-oh, sleepy Jibs. Get your pillow.
Sleepy Jibs.
Lay down and go to sleep then.
I tried to watch The Boys last night, but I fell asleep.
I haven't seen it yet. I don't have Amazon anymore.
Because you're making a vote with your dollar, I assume, right?
Yeah. I just got tired of Amazon. Though I love The Boys. I wish I could just not give them money and see The Boys.
Isn't that what pirating would be? Or you think that's wrong?
No, I have no qualms about it. I just haven't done it in so long that I don't even know where to start.
Yeah, because you might get in trouble too.
No, I'm not worried about that.
You're not worried about getting in trouble?
No, for watching The Boys?
For pirating it.
What?
You know what I would say is if you have patience and you're not in a rush to watch it, At a certain point of the year, some of your friends might end up getting DVDs of it sent to them during considerate times, if you know what I mean.
Now that's illegal.
What? Well, I don't know who would give it to you, but
It's
if
illegal,
you had a
it's
friend,
illegal to distribute those DVDs.
well, I would never. But you might have a friend that is close enough to you that with your address,
I'm not saying you.
Okay.
I'm saying that it is illegal. I will not partake in anything going against the Academy, and you, as a member, should also be vehemently against it.
Well, my first meeting with the Academy, they gutted the health insurance.
Yeah. They're like, have fun.
Yeah, they're like, thanks for your $5,000. We're getting rid of all the benefits.
Yeah, it's tough. It's crazy because, you know, it's not there to support like big name actors, even though big name actors should be paying into it. Well, it's just like government. I don't care.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about nobody.
Those stars do look really cool. I guess they're not stars. They must just be like maybe
just
like
phosphorus.
A phosphorus would make sense because that kind of glows in like a blacklight scenario. I wish I would look at it a little more.
Nope, never. You never ever get any smooth camera operating. It's always just jerky, violent, aggressive.
I don't know. I think I need some Dramamine. I feel sick.
It's really rough. This is how I live my life. Just watching this herky jerky camera, and praying that you'll take one morsel of my advice while you take none.
I mean, I'm doing pretty good, honestly.
Oh yeah, you don't even need my advice. You're right.
No, I need your advice. I'm just saying I'm doing pretty good.
We never saw what the Armorer's Cookbook was about.
Well, I imagine it's a good cookbook. It's number 6, which, if it is anything like the Golden Ruins, each one is exponentially better than the number before it. So 6 is a high number, right?
No, those are not how that works. This is where we attempt the jump burn thing over and over again.
I do edit it, but I make sure that I edit it in a way that people can see that you got a chance to try.
Yeah. It was crazy.
Try two-handing it.
Do you ever think that you'll get really good at this game?
Yeah. I'm on the precipice of greatness. So that was me getting the controls back. You couldn't do it either.
Yeah.
It is hot here. Is it hot by you?
It's very hot.
I was feeling so lucky that we dodged the hot weather. But it got hot.
Yeah, I gotta start turning my AC on in the morning, which sucks because I'm running it when it's not that hot. But if it gets hot, it takes so long to get cool.
Yeah. Does your electric bill crush you? Or no?
I don't pay electric.
You don't? Oh my God. I'm sorry that you ever have to turn your AC off. That is a damn shame.
Well, I mean, what?
Well, if you paid electric, then you save money by not running it.
Yeah. I mean, I just still don't like to run it needlessly.
Not needlessly, but when it's hot.
Yeah. That's fine.
We don't have AC, but we usually don't need a... I certainly wouldn't mind it today, though.
Yeah, I'm surprised you guys don't have a little floor unit or something. At least you could just make the bedroom super cold.
Well, part of the problem is our windows are slatted, so we can't... They don't have a spot that you can put the little exit thing or hanging out. Do you know what I mean when I say slatted windows?
Yeah, I've seen your windows before.
Yeah, so you can't really put a regular air conditioning thing there.
Is that the same way that the windows are in the bedroom?
All of the windows.
Huh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. The only window that's not like it is up like about 7 feet up, and it's the shower window that they added.
Still at it.
Yeah. So I'll have to find that spell that I can jump and do that attack with. Or somebody will have some... Maybe I have a setting in the controls. It's like no jump attacks.
No.
I don't know.
No. I don't think it's that at all.
And then those electric balls, you know, they don't seem that dangerous till you get caught.
Just prefacing how you are about to get mushed.
I don't know. Like when I was looking at it over here, I almost didn't even think it was an enemy. I still don't know if it's just a projectile from another enemy or what exactly it is.
Oof. Tough stuff.
Come on, it wasn't that tough.
You're just running. You're just moving the camera in a circle around this pillar and riding circles around the pillar.
Well, I'm trying to get a good view. Oh, I remember what I was trying to do. I was trying to get the lobster here to fight the other guy.
Yeah, that's true. That's when you learn that you have to get off to light it.
Yeah. I mean, you can understand why I made these choices with my camera movements, right? I'm trying to track everything around me in 360 degrees.
No. But then why is it so violent?
Violent?
Yeah.
It's a rated M game.
No. Why are the movements so violent?
Because I'm scared. Yeah, I'm stuck against the 2 trees there.
Do you live through this? Oh, you do.
I don't know how.
You know, if you just hold down on the D-pad, it'll go right to the health.
Do you think I was having a hard time with that, or?
Well, you were just clicking through it. Would have been faster just to hold it.
Yeah, sometimes in a moment of panic, your fingers just do what they want to do.
You asked me, so...
I asked you about whether... Okay,
you just asked me to give you tips while you're not in a panic right now, and I gave you one, and then you slapped my hand, so enjoy. God.
Where in the map? It's hard to see where I am on the map. I don't recognize it. Is there a whole underground world, and this is just the beginning of it?
There is a whole underground world, and this is a part of it, yeah.
So is there a separate map than we saw on the Overland map, or does it line up just... I wish I would have looked at that map a little longer.
No, you don't have time. You gotta get going.
Yeah. I do remember, I think it was Zelda 3 Link to the Past, where there was the separate map that was underground. It was like the what was it, Hyrule map? You were a Zelda fan, weren't you?
Yeah. I mean, I played the original, and then I played 64.
Oh, so you never played 3?
No, I didn't play on the Super Nintendo because I had a Genesis at that time.
In retrospect, do you wish that you had a Super Nintendo instead?
No. I mean, I would have got a head start on Mario Kart, I guess, but I really liked Sonic. And
do you think you would be a different person today if instead of Genesis you had a Super Nintendo?
I don't think so.
You don't think that small thing would have done some sort of butterfly effect?
Oh, you missed a shiny right there.
Oh, I can't believe it. Am I not going to turn around?
Yeah.
Thank God.
I'm telling you to go back right there.
All right, I'll give you that. You probably did tell me.
Probably? You can't give me one thing. You're a monster.
I'll give you that. You
no,
told me
I don't care, James. I do not care whether you give me credit or not.
I just think probably is a pretty good term.
Only doing it to make yourself not look like a monster, not because you actually think that I did it.
I said probably. I didn't say possibly.
I'm not arguing the semantics of
I
this
didn't even say
with you because I don't
possibly.
care.
I care.
No, you don't. That's my point.
I do care. I just have a hard time saying absolute things that I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of probability out there. I'm pretty sure. I don't remember it. Do you remember telling me?
I mean, I saw my mouth moving, and then you stop, and then you turn around and go to it. So, yeah.
All right. Well, then you saw something I didn't see.
You ran past it. Your camera didn't move at all. My mouth started moving. You turned around, stopped, looked. Oh, that's all you get.
It's a very quick flash.
Oh, this is where you accidentally cast them?
I was trying to switch it. But it works pretty good. So you're saying you don't think that having a Sega Genesis made you a different person, butterfly effect wise, than if you had a Super Nintendo?
No, I'm trying to think what would have fundamentally changed. I can't think of anything.
Well, what games did you play on Genesis?
Sonic, Street Fighter, Altered Beast.
You couldn't have played Altered Beast. How much time did you spend on Altered Beast?
A long time.
Yeah. What game would you have filled your time otherwise? Super Mario?
I guess it was a lot easier playing Street Fighter on the Super Nintendo because of the
extra button
the controller layout. Yeah, you could do strong attacks all the way across the top, weak attacks across the bottom. And literally on the Sega Genesis, you had to push select to flip between.
That sucked.
Like punch and kick. It was crazy. So you would just learn how to do just kicks or just punches with whoever you were using. So like E Honda was a punching character, Chun-Li was a kicking character.
Yeah, those were good characters for it because you could just spam the button and get that like bullet kick attack or bullet punch attack.
Yeah.
There's a new Disney kart racing game coming out for PC.
Ew.
I want it. I want to play it. It had Jack Sparrow is one of the characters. Mickey Mouse is one of the characters. The Monsters, Inc. character. And it looked really good. I don't know if the gameplay is good. It was just a trailer, so obviously they're not going to show you janky, broken gameplay. Could you imagine if like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles trailer showed like people not showing up and like
God, we should make that trailer.
Yeah.
I did play Madden too. I think it was 93 or 96. I forget which one it was. But it was one of the extra tall cartridges.
Oh, in Genesis?
Yeah. And I would say that was the same. I don't think there was a fundamental difference in that.
No, they didn't really need all the buttons most of the time.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, those games were mostly so simple. What other Genesis games were there? I feel like I would play them all the time.
ToeJam and Earl. There was a really cool robot game. There was a robot game.
That side-scrolling cyborg cop game?
Yeah, where you could change your parts out. I was always jealous of my friends that had that game. I played that a lot.
That game was fun. I rented that game one time. I didn't have it. We would rent games. That would be our thing on the weekend. We would get to rent a game and then play it for 24 hours.
You think kids these days get that experience of renting a game?
Of course not. And what an inefficient, shoddy way to go about your life.
And you just pray that nobody gets the game, because back then the games would save. Your save would be on the game, so whoever picked it up next would be able to just continue it, delete it, whatever they wanted.
Oh,
so
yeah,
you'd rent the game again the next week and hope that you might be able to get your save back.
No, you wouldn't rent the same game twice.
I would.
Oh, God. And you thought that your save would still be there?
It never was.
No, it never was. If I was the video store worker at that time, I would, every time I got it, I would delete it to make sure
while the person was still there. Like, hold on a second before you go. I need to wipe the save.
No, I wouldn't do it while the kid was there. But I'd just make sure that no one was like, Can you imagine renting like a Pokemon game and having like all of the Pokemon?
Well, sometimes you would play a game like, Mystic, what was it called? Mystic Quest. And it was a game that you certainly couldn't beat in one weekend. And you might get it like 2-3 weekends where you've rented it, and then you get it and you're like, 20 hours deep in the game. and then somebody deleted it, and that's a rough day.
How disappointing was ToeJam and Earl 2 after playing ToeJam and Earl 1?
Painfully.
It was crazy. I was like, it was a crushing moment for me because I was like, obviously they're going to keep all of the elements that I love.
They changed it completely. Why do you think they did that?
Money grab.
Because they wanted better graphics?
No, I think they reskinned another game that they already had developed while ToeJam and Earl was popular so they could get some cash going.
That does not surprise me.
I would bet that that's what happened.
Yeah, it looked better. It had cool graphics, so on the surface you were like, oh, this looks like it's going to be cool. But it wasn't the same game. So I'm taking care of business here, but I don't know if this business needed to be taken care of is the problem. One thing I saw a trailer for, maybe it was yesterday, it was just recently, and I heard rumor it might be a PlayStation 5 exclusive. I'm going to be pissed if it is, because it looks like a mod. It looks like a mod of a video game, but it's called Agent 64. Something Spies Never Die. But it looks like it's just GoldenEye redone and like really like made better. Which I would love to play. I used to love GoldenEye, but actually playing the actual GoldenEye doesn't hold up in my memory. It needs to have some updated gameplay. Controls updated.
Oh, here it is. You want the rundown?
Yeah.
The game is a sequel to ToeJam and Earl, a treasure hunt game inspired by computer game Rogue and featuring randomly generated levels. After the success of the original game, Johnson Versanger Productions began work on a sequel in 1992. The developer spent 3 or 4 months building on the original mechanics, adding elements such as indoor areas and additional terrain types, though the randomly generated levels were removed. The plot of this prototype would see ToeJam and Earl return to Earth to stage a rap concert, only to find they've lost their CDs, which would have formed the basis of the game's treasure hunt. More default items. It doesn't... This is a terrible... Oh, here we go. Sega, the game employed a larger development team than the first installment and was originally projected for a Christmas 1992 release, entitled ToeJam and Earl 2. Sega, however, confirmed that they did not understand the game, and though the decision was ultimately with Johnson and Versanger, the developers started to work on a more generic side-scrolling platform game, a concept to which Sega had been more receptive. The increased size of the game's cartridge over the original allowed for greater graphical detail. The soundtrack, including the original theme, was remixed and given a more layered quality.
That's such a bad game. Yeah, such a bad game.
Sega's like, why don't we just make it this other game that we have instead of this crazy game that you're talking about?
Yeah, let's just make it side-scrolling. And you know all the fun? Let's take that part out. You know what game I really liked that ToeJam and Earl, I think, graphically reminded me of was Earthworm Jim. But ToeJam and Earl 2 was awful, but Earthworm Jim kind of had like what I think, if Sega had anything, like that was what they were probably hoping for, was an Earthworm Jim game.
Yeah. But it's the first one was so innovative. They could have just made new elements and been like, this is the second one, and it could have just more levels and stuff. That would have been fine. Wild. ToeJam
I haven't played ToeJam and Earl since I was a kid, and I definitely never beat it because I didn't have a Genesis, so I only played it when my friend wanted to play it. Ooh, I do remember the startling nature of that.
Jeez Louise. Tough to watch.
No, it isn't. It was tough in spots, but not here. This is riveting.
Tough to watch you make terrible choices, like switching over to rejection and then deciding you want Dragonfire and then casting it too close and getting hit.
Are you saying this in memory, or?
No, I'm watching you do it.
Well, you said it before it actually happened.
Yeah, because I saw what you were doing.
There's step 294.
Oh, no skill. That's right. It gets you.
I can't remember how many of these things have already started on fire.
It's not enough. I think we look at it at the end.
I think, yeah.
Which is only about 45 minutes away.
No. How long have we been recording?
I don't know. Oh, this must be near the end because you're looking at it. You've only lit 3, maybe?
No, I think I light more. I really love the skyline here. Or I would say the earth line.
Yeah, this whole area is really nice. I mean, there aren't any bad-looking places in the lands between, I don't think. Even though, like, Khaled is nasty, it's still...
Khaled looks still kind of beautiful. If you think of it all as strawberry jelly instead of pools of blood.
No, I like to think of it as a rotting mess.
You don't like to think of it as, like, strawberry jelly with a little bit of watermelon jelly? And the occasional raspberry on the ground?
It is what it is. Do you follow Nature is Metal on Reddit?
No.
Just some like shocking.
Is it music?
No. It's like pictures and stuff. But it's like hardcore stuff that like in nature. Like a boa constrictor eating a goat or something.
Wow. For real?
I mean, stuff like that. I don't know if that's not a specific example.
Well, that's hard to believe, a boa constrictor eating a goat.
I mean, I'll look it up and send you the...
No. Please don't send me stuff like that. I'm good.
Eating a goat.
Did you see the new Jurassic Park movie?
You want the video or just the images?
None of it. I don't want any of it. I'm good. I'm just good on your word.
Ooh, that's nasty. Why is that what my brain?
Metal.
Yeah. Why did my brain think of that example?
Yeah, I don't want to see that. I'm good.
Yeah, you are one to shy away from the reality of life.
Have you seen the new Jurassic Park movie?
No. Did you see it?
I did.
I feel like I'd rather watch Buzz Lightyear.
I want to see that too, but I have an AMC Stubbs card, so I'm going to see them all.
Yeah. You're an A-lister?
I'm an A-lister.
Me too.
I saw Jurassic Park in 3D, and...
No.
It was okay. I couldn't really see how 3D it was, but I could tell you what, the trailer for Avatar looked really 3D. But overall, I thought it was the best Jurassic Park of the new movies. But at the end of the day, my real beef is, why can't we just have a Jurassic Park movie where everything's okay, and like the dinosaurs and the park just go fine? And maybe it's just like a love story and like somebody, something other than the dinosaurs getting out. I just want to be able to enjoy a dinosaur park.
There's a game for that.
I have the game and I've played the game.
Yeah.
And it's fun, but my game does not quite look as good as watching the Jurassic Park movies with those dinosaurs.
So your idea for the movie is that there's just like two workers there fall in love and they just happen to work at the Jurassic Park?
Yes, it's a romantic comedy. Two people, they find out that the
dinosaurs got out.
They find out that one person fell in, and like they both try to get the person out. They're tore up by velociraptors. That's just for for the excitement that everybody wants to see. But then they have to move on. They go through HR about like what they were doing, and it turns out they're going through the program together. No other dinosaur accidents. They just get to hang out and enjoy the dinosaurs, and they are able to find a relationship in it all.
Oh, they heal at the park. They don't have them like go take meetings somewhere else?
No, you can't. If you work at the park, you don't get to leave the park.
Whoa, so it's like a dystopian capitalist hell.
It's just a long commute,
Do you think that if they had, which they do, dinosaur DNA, and they had the capability of like creating a dinosaur from that DNA, do you think they should do it?
Should do it? No, I don't think they should do it. I think the word should adds a lot of pressure.
What do you mean?
I don't
pressure
think
to what?
To do it. If you should do it, then you should do it. But can they do it? Yes, they can.
Well, the premise is they
Would
can.
they do it?
The premise is that they have the capabilities. Do you think that there's a moral implication for not doing it? It sounds like there is.
I think that there's more of a moral implication to not do it than to do it. I don't think in any terms should you say they should do it. It might not be that big of a deal if they do it.
How do you frame that question? Frame that question to me in a way that makes sense.
Do you think there are some pros? Do you think there's enough pros to outweigh the cons of growing a dinosaur from dinosaur DNA? Something simple like that.
That doesn't even make sense.
Okay, well, I guess the answer is no, they should not do it.
Oh.
I don't like that answer because I would like to see some dinosaurs. But I just know it's wrong.
The second they can do it, they're going to do it.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if they've done it. Secretly.
I saw an article the other day that was saying that they finally sequenced the whole human genome, but I thought they did that a while ago.
Yeah, they keep celebrating it though.
Oh, okay.
But what it was is they
You're crouch running right there.
That was crouch running? Well, thank you for the heads up. They said that they did it before they actually did it, and they wanted to celebrate. And now they're going to keep saying it a few more times as they get closer to actually one day being able to see the whole genome.
Oh, nice.
That's human nature.
Find it in the human genome.
Uh-huh.
I just, put me in a robot already.
I'm fine with that.
Can't wait.
This has got to be where we end the video, right?
Nah.
I mean, what the hell else am I going to do?
I mean, just keep going. It's what you do.
I mean, that's a really wonderful way of looking at James Heaney, Morgan. Just keep going. It's what he does.
Are you drinking blood?
Drinking blood.
I never saw that. Oh God.
I got a big dip of an Estes flask in Khaled.
Yuck. You're drinking the rot water.
The rot water.
Oh yeah, you do keep going because you make it pretty far.
Wow.
Didn't you edit this?
I mean, I only looked for the deaths and popped the death count in. I didn't watch it. I don't think I go much further. I can't really imagine.
Well, you're wrong.
Or maybe I backtrack some to do other things, but I don't really know what's past here.
You go farther.
All right.
Just accept it. It's the truth. And I'm telling you it's the truth.
I believe you.
No, you don't.
Oh, not only do I believe you, but I remember what's up on that hill.
Look at all this shuffling leading up to what was that?
Checking.
Like look at your panicked shuffling.
Well, I thought it was going to run away.
To sneak up on an enemy that's just sitting there.
Not anymore, it's not. This is what I was worried about. square off, and then I look up what it is, which
Hey,
I should have edited out
W.
because I should have
But
known what square off is just by the description.
You're just looking for. You were trying to get me to explain it to you instead of having to look at it
Well,
yourself.
what it was is I was pretty sure that it's exactly what I thought it was, but you wouldn't tell me, so I had to look at it, and it is exactly what I thought it was.
So why were you asking me?
So that I didn't have to confirm it.
So you didn't know.
I wasn't sure.
Okay. And what do you do when you're not sure? You read about it.
Or you ask a friend to confirm or deny whether or not you're right about something.
Because, and this has been a theme, you don't trust me. So I'm not going to be confirming things.
Would you trust me enough to do a trust fall
No.
from a balcony?
From the top of the ladder.
Did you hear? I mean, I don't know. There's so many stories about Del Close that some of them are true, some of them are false. But have you heard about the trust fall story of him? He apparently went to a second floor of a balcony and did a trust fall and fell and broke his collarbone. And
Jesus.
got up and did it a second time and fell and had to go to the hospital.
And no one got him the second time either?
I don't think somebody could. I think he was falling from too high of a height.
I don't know if you could catch me.
I don't know either. But would you trust me to try?
No.
Enough to fall backwards off a second story?
No. I mean, if you're just standing right behind me and I didn't get too vertical, but if you were going to let me go pretty far, I think I'd end up just hurting my back. So I don't think
they do trust falls in improv anymore.
I think we both get hurt.
Oh yeah, I'm sure we would both get hurt. I would probably. The real trust is to trust that whether or not you tell your friend you're gonna catch them in a trust fall. The real trust is when your friend doesn't make you actually do it, and they get all lined up and they're like, "It's okay, I trust you," and I would never do this to my friend because I'd be injured for a week after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not in the improv curriculum anymore that I'm teaching, but it definitely used to be.
Trust falls?
Yeah, trust falls was a big part of improv. I don't know if it was just when I was studying a long time ago,
Chicago,
Second
maybe.
City.
Yeah, I don't think we really ever did that.
I feel like I might have done it when it was West Side Eclectic. It's hard to remember.
When is improv going to come back?
It's back, bro.
No, I mean real improv.
It is back.
Real improv?
Yeah, you should see the last two Bear Supply. Actually, every Bear Supply show I've been in has been really good since COVID.
Interesting.
It's but other than Bear Supply, I don't want to say anything else, but not everything is equal. But then again, I judged the improv competitions twice now since COVID. The more recent one wasn't quite as good as the first, but the first improv, I don't know if you call it competition, the auditions for resident teams, it was incredible.
No, did you not do it?
Do what?
Oh, you didn't do it. Whoa. Did you go to that golden tree?
I see it now. I don't know that I went to the Golden Tree.
Maybe you do it on the way back.
Hopefully.
Remember when you're like, oh, I don't go that much further? And I was like, no, you do. And you're like, no, I don't. And I was like, no, you do go a little bit further. And you're like, shut up. Only I know what's happening.
I don't know if that's true.
You're doing it right now.
Let's see, what? Oh, yeah. This has to be the end. Otherwise, I would have popped that rune arc.
No, you go a little bit further, but I don't think that you...
Ever get that golden egg?
I don't know if you get the golden seed or not. They're not eggs. But I don't think you go down the second pathway. You went down one, but not the second one. Unless I'm crazy. Do I have crazy eyes?
You might.
Oh, I think you're going back to it. Why are you hurting those babies?
I don't know, honestly.
Like,
but it sounded like it was attacking me. It like rolled at me and everything. That's the golden tree. Come on.
You're going to it.
I better go to it. I better go to it.
Nope. Let's just take off.
Oh, no.
We're checking the time right now. Nope. You just take off.
Oh.
Harsh. Very harsh. And you definitely didn't go down the second pathway, and you missed a shiny.
This is going to be the end of the video, so.
Well, you still have a ways to go. Yeah, I know. I'm telling Chains. God, shut up! Stop it! Why? Why?
Oh, this is great. I am sweating so hard over here.
It's very hot. But what's your deal?
I thought you were talking about before. I didn't think you were talking about now. But you're right. I do go further.
It's too much.
It's too much.
It's too much to deal with. Like how are you? Maybe
you should probably take CBD oil. I think you should take CBD.
Oh, you think
oil.
it's just because I'm too intense? It doesn't have anything
No,
to do
I
with
just
your
think
action.
that it would probably help you cool off. You got a lot that you're dealing with. It's understandable that you'd be stressed out.
But you're not going to make any changes or take any responsibility.
Sure I will. I mean, this has brought a lot
like
to light.
What?
Well, I'm gonna make sure I go back and get that golden seed. That's for damn sure.
No. I'm talking about our communication. You have to take some responsibility.
All right, I'm writing it down in my book.
The golden seed. So ignoring me is one of the things that fucking drives me crazy.
Listen to Morgan.
No.
What is it? Listen to Morgan.
Right.
And
this will be the last video of the day. I can't.
Wait, no. What? I'm writing it down. Tell me what it is.
I literally can't do it. No, if you don't know, but at this point, then it's never gonna happen.
And Morgan's right 3/4 of the time. Morgan, I'm writing it down. Morgan
it doesn't
is right.
mean anything.
What do you want me to do? I'm doing everything I can.
No, you're not.
80% of the time. I've given
it's
you
not
a little
about
extra.
The percentage. I don't care about the percentage that you're writing down.
That's fair, but I wrote it down just for you.
No, that wasn't for me. That's what I'm telling you. So you're not listening. See how you're not listening to what I'm saying?
Listen to Morgan.
And then you didn't do it, so it means nothing.
Well, I was in the middle of writing down to listen to you, okay? You gotta give me time. I'm making changes.
No, you're not. What changes are you making?
I'm listening and recognizing that 80% of the time or greater, Morgan's right. And I've got
a percentage. I don't care.
Okay, then it's just I'll cross out percent. I'm just gonna I crossed out 80% of the time. It just says Morgan is right now. Okay, is that enough?
No, it doesn't have anything to do with that. Which you're not listening to me, so you can't understand it. So
Give it to me one more time.
Myself. No, I'm not gonna explain myself anymore. You're trolling yourself out of a couch right now.
Oh my god,
it's too much.
I'm sweating so hard.
Yeah, it's a lot. But I don't want to be subjected to this.
Come on. Just because I didn't know that we still had more to go?
No, so you're still fundamentally not understanding.
That we're
and until you do. No, you're just saying platitudes.
That your sanity is as important as the health bar in this game. And I should make sure to respect both your sanity and my HP bar. Is that what you're saying?
No, now you're just making stuff up.
I'm trying here.
The time for trying has ended. Yeah. It's tough.
Oh, yeah.
Now we're getting close to the end.
And then I saw that what are they called? The right
Site of
the
grace.
Site of Grace. So I go back down for it, don't I?
Yeah.
I probably could have edited out the elevator trip, but you know.
So pretty though.
It is pretty. I don't remember. Oh, Khaled. There it is. Well, this is a nice area of Khaled.
So you see all those little laser
Oh,
eyes
is that one of
waiting
those
for you
gales?
on there?
Is that what it's
Evergale?
called? Yeah.
No. But there is something out there. This is the only way to get to that section. Well, one of the easier ways to get to this section.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so you're probably not going to let me record another video of this today, huh? That makes sense.
I think we're good on this.
What about Resident Evil?
I don't know. It's pretty hot in here.
Is it? Yeah, it's hot in here too.
Maybe I like lay in front of my AC for a second. I'll cool off. But all of my bits are sweating.
That's good exploration. Checking to see if there's anything in the bottom of the tunnel. Or bottom of the shaft, I should say. Lots of glowworts. Or glovewort.
I do convince you to run around this pillar, but we don't find anything.
Yeah. So I guess we can start wrapping it up because we know that there's nothing to find around this pillar and that eventually
Hope you guys enjoyed the last video of Elden Ring.
Oh,
You guys
come
have all
on. It's
been
not the
beaches.
last video.
So your attitude changes, yeah.
Well,
It
I guess
is.
what you could write in the comments, and try not to be so hurtful that it hurts my feelings, but what is it that Morgan was trying to say if it's not that he's right 80% of the time?
You still don't know?
I mean, I don't know how to articulate it out loud.
Okay. Well, maybe if you think about it for a bit.
I feel like I'm getting put in time out.
Yeah, maybe if you watch through like the last 40 videos, it'll
right.
become to light.
All right.
All right.
Don't forget
I
to
guess.
like, comment, subscribe. What about the Patreon? You don't want to tell them about that?
Nah, that's all right.